I just purchased the Rusco Sediment Trapper. This is the 3/4 inch trapper. It has a screen inside that is the 100 version, which the actual micron level is 150 approximately. It's got a clean out valve down here. So basically the water will come in this side, it will spin around here and trap the sediment in here, and then the water is passed through this stainless steel screen and then goes back out this side towards my other filter. Now this filter right here is about a month old, and you can see there's already a 1/2 inch of sediment down here, and then the filter is quite nasty. So my plan is to take the Rusco and install it right here, and then this one will go on the other side of this. And the problem is everything is locked together right now, and there's no way to just simply unscrew this. So what I've got, I'm going to use a hacksaw to cut my PEX pipe right here, that right there, and I can remove this component from my whole house filter and replace it with a couple of things. I want to use a union so that I can make some adjustments later on if I need to. And then I've got a couple of Schedule 80 3/4 inch pipe nipples. And then I just got this guy right here. This is a shark bite that will fit into this side of the union, and the PEX pipe simply slides into this piece here and locks tight. And so hopefully it will keep this sediment from reaching the house filter, and I can just flush out with this whenever the time comes. Now I've already turned off the water inside the house, which is following this insulated pipe here. So the next step is to turn off the water down here. Just going to turn this valve until it's done. And now to drain the water out of this line, I'm going to use my bucket and just get this pulled off real quick. I do have a replacement filter for when this is done, because I want to see how quickly it will fill back up with silt and sediment. Now I did power wash the house and used a lot of water, but that is definitely a dirty filter there. Okay, now I have the water drained out of this pipe. I'm going to cut right here, hopefully just past the piece that's already in there. And I'm going to try and make as smooth a cut as I can. Okay. Now I'm going to attempt to move the house filter here from the pipe. Hopefully nothing bad occurs. Okay, very cool. Now I'm going to put a few wraps of Teflon tape around the threads here. Whoops. Now on this piece here, there's an in and an out, so I want to make sure that I put the in from the well. I'm going to assume that's tight enough. Now to attach this filter to the house filter, I'm going to be using some Schedule 80 pipe nipples here. So I'm just going to wrap this a number of times with Teflon on both sides. Okay, put that in this side, this one on the other side, but first I have to get this old barb out of there. Luckily none of this is too tight here. Okay, here's the in direction. I'm going to screw that onto this side. I asked the guys at the plumbing store if they thought a Schedule 80 nipple would be enough to hold this up, and both the guys there said yes, that'd be fine. So we're going to see if they're right. That looks pretty good. Next I'm going to put another pipe nipple into this union. Get that in there. And then I want to put this into the back side of the filter. This way I can detach the pipe from the house later on and still get to all of this. If for some reason I have to replace something, I won't have to deal with using another one of these or cutting pipe. Before I tighten this up, I'm going to put Teflon tape here on my shark bite and get that attached here into the back side of the union. And now I need to get all of that tightened down. The guys at the plumbing store just said I'm supposed to push this firmly into the shark bite, make sure that it touches completely, and it should not be coming out of there. So it appears that's about as far as it's going to go. So I guess now we're going to put the filters on and see if it works. With the Rusco, first I'm going to put the stainless steel filter screen right there, and then it says to hand tighten the bulb here, but first I want to put some Teflon tape here on the end for the clean out. Now I am going to use a garden hose eventually for getting this out of the crawl space, but for the time being I don't have that fitting, but I'll get one later on. I would just need a 1/2-inch thread to garden hose. Okay, I'm going to slip this up here. It does say only to hand tighten this thing, so that's about as good as I'm going to get. Now the other filter. Alright, I'm going to close the ball valve down here to the Rusco filter. Okay, very good. And then I'm going to slowly start turning on the water here. Okay, I'm already seeing a few little particles floating around. Open this up all the way. Now I'm going to, well, so far I don't see any leaks in that side, which would be from here over to here. And then down there is still good. I'm going to turn this to filter. Okay. All right. So far I'm not seeing any leaks on this, or over here, or on the union, or on the shark bite. It's all looking good. Yep, very good. All right, now I'm seeing some little bits of debris. Let's see if I can zoom in some. So there are some bits of debris right there, and then there are some down here, and I do see some that are stuck to the filter. I just turned the water on back in the house, and I'm back out to look for leaks, and I still do not see any leaks. So far this system seems to be working well. Filtering here, filtering here. So let me zoom in really close and show you some of the particles that are already forming down here. A little bit hard to see, but there are some particles down there. And then if you move up here, you see there's some sediment that is forming right there along the edge. Now, if you can see here, there are little cups. So as the water cycles around this, it pushes the silt and sediment down the cup and into the trap down here. So that is pretty cool. I do see a few little pieces there that have built up on that little ledge. I'm going to run some water today for clothes and washing dishes and things like that, and we should be able to get some decent results here to see how much sediment this is going to trap in a single day. So I'll be back in a couple hours and we will see how well this is doing. I've now washed a load of clothes and washed hands several times to use the water, and I can see I've run the water for a while, washed hands and a load of clothes, and I can see a pretty good bit of sediment down here. See if I can focus. So you can see it there. It is definitely collecting. And the filter over here does not seem to have anything on it yet. Also, I can see a little bit here on the mesh. It's hard to tell on camera here, but it is collecting a little bit. Now I have noticed that I don't have this quite tight enough because there's a slight leak, so I need to shut this off and get that leak, or get that tightened up just a touch. So to show how this is drained, I'm going to stick my bucket under here for now. And in the future I'm going to, like I said before, connect the hose to this so that it will be able to flush outside. So I'm just going to reach in here, turn this slowly, hopefully. The bucket's a little bit close to it now. Let's see, which way do we go? Up. I'm seeing some spin action going on in there. Very cool. It says close it slow so as to avoid the water hammer effect. But as you can see, that cleaned out things very nicely down there. Well, this is my first test with the Rusco filter. So far, I like it a lot. I think it's going to help tremendously with the silt and sediment problem we have here at the house. If you want to check these out, there's a link to it down below. And I'll definitely be updating this video whenever I get some more results. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.